Hello. Some of you might know me from my other reading projects. Some of you might just be here for the first time. So my name is Ariel. I live on a boat, and this series is going to be kind of a hangout chat thing, science-y, maybe some poetry about the ocean. Today I think we'll probably be talking about birds because I've been watching them today and they're incredible and beautiful. So I'm gonna talk about some of the birds I've been looking at. So I live in the Pacific Northwest on the Puget Sound. So sorry, let's start over again. I live in the Pacific Northwest, which is the northwest part of the contiguous United States, on the Puget Sound, which is a body of water in that area that is kind of a long and skinny inlet that goes down into like between two bodies of land, but is still part of the ocean, so it's salt water. And in this area, you get a lot of different things. Salmon are really big here. The salmon population has been kind of, having it bounces back and forth. And a few years ago, the starfish were having a really difficult time. There was this disease that was going through the starfish population that they called the wasting disease. But the scientists couldn't figure out kind of what was causing it. They had some ideas, but really before they could figure out what was causing it and how to fix it, the starfish themselves just kind of started doing better. So now they're still trying to figure out what caused it, just in case it maybe comes back. Maybe it's a cyclical thing. They still don't really know. But the starfish are doing better again for right now. And then the place that I live on an island called Bainbridge Island, which is across the water from Seattle, Washington. And the place in Bainbridge that I live is called Eagle Harbor. And Eagle Harbor was named that by colonizers, by white settlers who came here in the 1800s. So you're kind of explorers that you hear of, Vancouver and Hood and all of those people. That a lot of places in the area, really the region, are still named for those people. Vancouver, Hood, on and on. But originally those, these places were already had names. There was already people living here. But what's kind of funny about Eagle Harbor, where I live, hello, here's a kayaker. What was I saying? I got really distracted because my husband works giving kayak tours, and I thought maybe that was him. Eagle Harbor. Is that the original name in the indigenous language of the Suquamish people who live here was also the place of the eagles. So this name has always been basically like eagles live here, which is because there are a lot of eagles here. I don't know that I'll be able to get any videos today just because we're kind of far away from where their nests are. Like, I can see them, but I'm on my cell phone right now and it's not gonna get a good enough video. But I do have another video that's of when I was in a kayak and an eagle just dove right in front of me. I'll post that separately so you guys can see it. So there's at least 3 nests in the harbor that I can see just from where I am. And those are eagles. There's also ospreys. Ospreys they're a bird of prey, like a little bit smaller than an eagle. And the eagles that I'm talking about are specifically bald eagles, although there are other eagles that live around here, like golden eagles. Osprey are more adapted for living near the water, for catching fish and things like that. Although, bald eagles, they do catch fish. Although they do a lot more scavenging and things than people realize. And they'll just kind of eat whatever's available. And as well as eagles living here, there's actually what's called a rookery down that way. Oh, maybe you can see it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. So there's the rookery is where herons live, like great blue herons. And they actually nest in trees, which I did not know until I moved here, which it's kind of funny to see because they're such large birds. I mean, they're just like, and their wings are so massive, and their necks are so long, and their legs are so long, and they're just like so gangly. And you wouldn't, like, you see them flying, and they look like that scene out of Jurassic Park 3 where, like, those pterodactyls are flying, and you're like, there's no way that's going to land in a tree. But they do. And not only that, but they build these gigantic nests, and they build them really close together. It's like they kind of have a community. And that is called a rookery. And it's really cool to see them around here. Fishing, and then when it's their mating season, they do these really cool, like, it looks like between a dance and a fight, to kind of catch a mate's attention, or or they fight with each other, with rivals. And then the other ones I've been watching lately are called terns, which I think a lot of people mistake for seagulls. They look very much like a seagull, the same kind of white and black and gray coloring, but they're thinner. They have a different kind of shaped beak, more pointy, and maybe a different color beak. And what's really cool about terns is that, besides they're just really cool, like they dive into the water and catch a fish really quick, is that their migration. Terns migrate really far each year. Some of the ones that I've even seen around here lately are Arctic terns, and they will migrate each year basically from pole to pole and back again. And that's just their whole life, like flying from the, top of the world, bottom of the world, top of the world again, just back and forth, back and forth. And, and because of that though, so they get two, pretty drastic summers each year because of the way, at the poles during the summer, you actually get a much longer daylight amount. I mean, the farther away from the equator you get during the summer, you get longer daylight during the summer and way shorter daylight during the winter. But because of their migration, Arctic terns actually have, it's thought to be the longest amount of daylight in their lives of any animal. So it's just kind of cool to, like, I don't know, I like to meditate about stuff like that. Like they work really hard, they go really far in their whole lives, and their whole lives are filled with light because of it, but it takes a lot of work, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's cool to be here. It's cool to be here with you guys. Hope you enjoy this. Bye, until next time.